Hi, welcome to the Harvest Table today. Today I want to share a little thought about Mother's Day as we wish all the moms happy Mother's Day. And that does not mean only moms who gave birth to children in the natural sense, but to other women who have nurtured, who have taught, who have loved, who have cared for children they never gave birth to, and sometimes their love, their sacrifice, supersedes by far the woman that did give birth to a child. And I am so grateful, so thankful, forever more thankful that I had a wonderful woman like that in my life. My aunt raised me, and there is no way I could not be a strong woman today, being raised by the woman who raised me, because she was a incredible example of courage, of strength, of self-sacrifice, of love. That was the closest thing to God's love I've ever seen, other than through Jesus himself, was through the mom that raised me. I thank God for her today. I pray that not only have you had a wonderful person like that in your life, but that you are being a wonderful influence in the life of a child or children today in that way. I got these little I can't think of what you call them. I call them windmills, but there's another word for them. But anyhow, look at this kaleidoscope of colors. You see those pretty colors? And that's one of the closest things that I could think of today to describe a mother's heart. Because her heart truly is filled with love, but also many other emotions. Many other components of a mother's heart are what makes her a wonderful mom. And we know truly that when God gave us mothers, he gave the world a great gift, didn't he? I want to look at a few moms here. The first one, of course, is Eve, the first woman and mother of all humanity. Some of the qualities in her life were faith, doubt, failure, and resilience. All of those things were a big part of her life. And that's why I wanted to use those windmills, because moms don't come in one color, one size, one quality is always true of all. They're different, aren't they? And another mother in the Bible is Sarah, the wife of Abraham and the mother of Isaac. Some qualities about Sarah were patience, trust, perseverance. All of those things were important parts of Sarah's life. But there was also another woman in Sarah's world that she had to deal with, and that woman was Hagar, Sarah's maidservant. And Hagar knew struggles, difficult circumstances, and she was a mom who knew having only God to depend on was what kept her going. Even in the desert, when she was alone and thought her son would die, God let her know that not only was he there, but he was her helper and her guide. Thank God he speaks to mothers in those situations. And then there's Mary, the mother of Jesus. She had unwavering faith. She had a level of obedience that many of us could only hope and pray for. And she knew a lot about sacrificial love. And when Jesus was on the cross and saw his mother Mary, he said to another disciple, woman, first of all, he said, woman, behold thy son. And to the other disciple, he said, son, behold thy mother. In other words, Jesus loved Mary and wanted to commit her care unto John because he knew he could trust John. And Mary had to endure something that all women who have lost a child, a son or a daughter, can relate to, and that is watching her son die. Although Mary's story is a little bit different because Jesus certainly was innocent and died as a sacrificial lamb for all sin, still there was pain, there was heartache, there was a brokenness that Words would never be able to describe seeing her son dying on that cross. And anyone that's lost a son or a daughter to death, I know part of your life is a brokenness that words can't come close to describing, but it's there, and you know it's there. And it's almost like something that when you go to bed at night, it's with you. When you wake up in the morning, it's with you. There's no escape. It's part of the air you breathe. It's that grief and that loss. But Mary understood loss of her son. And then there's Lois and Eunice, grandmother and mother of Timothy, who was Paul's son in the gospel. Exemplary teachers across generations. They were torch passers. They not only had the faith, glory to God, but they passed that faith they had along to Timothy and put the word in Timothy and truly impacted his life for eternity. And then we know Timothy worked with Paul, was Paul's son in the gospel. How many lives he impacted through his ministry, we probably won't know till we go to heaven. So the seeds we plant as mothers can last through generations. And I want to encourage you as a mom today, and if you haven't given birth and a mom in that way, as a woman that influences other young adults, other little children, I want to encourage you to trust in God, be obedient to Him, have faith in Him. There are so many mothers who went before you, some I named in the Bible, and there's more that I did not name, but there are so many that have lived the life that you are being called to live today, and they made an impact in a positive way. And I want you to know you can also. God calls us to be a positive influence. And I'm so thankful on my job that I get to be in the lives of so many children. And every day I get to show the love of Jesus to them. And I'm really saddened to think about all the children I encounter every day that have no mother in their home. They live with maybe the dad's third or fourth girlfriend, the third or fourth person that's been in their life. Sometimes they live with the dad alone. Sometimes they live with grandmothers, just various women in their life other than their true natural birth mom. But I can share Jesus with those children in a way that they know God's love no matter who else is in their life when they go home. And I'm thankful for that. It's a blessing, an honor, and a responsibility. And it's one that I know God will help me do. And whatever your circumstances are today as a woman of God, know this: God will help you complete the task He's given you. Yours is probably a lot different than mine, and mine is a lot different than the next person's. But in each and every one of us, God sustains us. God equips us. God gives us wisdom. God gives us knowledge. And God gives us the heart of a mother in all its beautiful colors, in all its beautiful forms. He uses it for His glory. So happy Mother's Day, one and all. God bless you. And even if you struggle today, know this: one day your reward in heaven will be great. See you next time.